Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to read class 7th SST, part Geography, chapter number 3, Intraplanetary Movement and Major Landforms, part 2. So, student, in the last video I had explained about the movement of the earth and the theory which is given by the professor Alfred Wegener, that is the continental drift theory. He has written that book in the origin of the continents and the ocean. So basically, the professor Alfred Wegener, that he was a German meteorologist, he explained us about the separation of the continents. So he also given the theory that the continents which we are seeing nowadays, that is appear nowadays, it was different from the previous time. Means that all continents were together and they formed the Pangea. Means that the Pangea is formed by during the formation of the mount. The means the Pangea, it was in the last time, and that Pangea separated from each other. So for that he given the theory of plate tectonic, means the movement of the plates and how the plates were moved. That all things we have read in the previous video. Now in this video we have to read about the movement that we have read in the last video, the movement of the plates, what they led to be formed. Means that movements caused the formation of different landforms like mountains, and also that plate movement caused the earthquake, also that volcanic eruption and all. So here we have to see about the formation of mountain in this video. So basically the mountains is of three type: fold mountain and block mountain and the volcanic mountain. So here we have to read because of the plate with the help of plate formation, that is the two type: fold mountain and the block mountain. So basically fold mountain is what, when the folding procedure of the mountain, it led to the formation of the fold mountain that I had explained in the previous video. Okay, there you can see in the picture the plates are coming towards each other. The plates are coming towards each other, and when these plates come toward each other, they collide, and because of the collide, the mid part of those plates started raising towards each other, raising to the upside. Okay, also I had explained that the plates that move towards each other, that is the convergent, that I had explained in the last video. So convergence led to the formation of the fold mountain basically. And you can take a practical as like take a sheet of paper sheet and put your palm at the end of the sheets. Start pressing towards each other as given in the picture. So when you started pressing each other, the mid part of that paper started raising. So this will shows the example of fold mountain. Okay, the paper start raising when you put the pressure on the both end of the paper, the mid part is started raising. Likewise the fold mountain, it is been formed. Okay, now the picture is there. When these folds, where the raised part is known as anticline, and the down part is known as syncline. So down anticline form the fold mountain and syncline form the valleys. Okay, valleys are what, the place where between the two mountain basically, the place where in the between the two mountains, that is a valley. So syncline form the valley and anticline form the mountain. So basically the fold mountain. Now there you can see the fold mountain is of two type. Make sure the fold mountain is of two type. One is old fold mountain and another is young fold mountain. Means old fold mountain and the young fold. So basically old fold mountain is of the round peak. The old fold mountain has the round peak and in the short height, means the height is less. But whereas in the young fold mountain the peaks are pointed as well as their heights are more, means that the the point is, the peak is pointed and the height is more. What is the reason behind that? Because the young fold mountain is still, their heights are raising, means the heights of this young fold mountain is still raising, means it is still increasing, whereas in the old fold mountain the height started decreasing. Decrease in the sense the erosion procedure led to the formation of old fold mountain. Because of it, the top or the peak of the old fold mountain started eroding, and that led to the point, the peak point is converted into the round shape point or the round shape peak. So because of this is the example that you can relate, that the old fold mountain where the pointed is round, the point or the peak is round and in the short height, and young fold mountain is example where the peaks are pointed as well as the height is still increasing, or in the heights are more. So example is there of the old fold mountain, like Appalachian in the USA, Ural in Eurasia, Aravalli in India. So these are the some of the example, that is the example of the old fold mountains, means these mountains were formed million years before. But the example of the young fold mountains, those mountains which are still forming or they have the pointed peaks, the heights are more, like the Himalayas, the Rockies, the Alps and the Andes. So these are the example of the young fold mountain that is formed means thousand or million, basically million years before, and the old fold mountain, it has been more than million years. So this is the example of the fold mountain where the two plates come towards each other. Now the next topic we have to see is the faulting. So what is faulting? When there is a break in the rocks of the earth crust, or any displacement is there. This displacement or the movement basically is whether the horizontal or the vertical, means this displacement can be in the form of horizontal as well as vertical direction. So here also likewise I had explained in the fold mountain there is a syncline and the anticline. Here is also horst, that is formed by the fault of the earth crust, and graben. So horst is a raised part, the block mountain, and the graben is a valley or the rift valley basically. So horst, the raised part is horst and the graben is the valley. Now the example of the block mountain are Vindhya and Satpura in the India, in the Madhya Pradesh areas, Vosges and Black Forest mountain in the Germany. So these are the example of horst or the block mountain, and the Death Valley in USA, that is the example of graben. So these two formation are there when there is a fault between the earth crust. So this led to the formation of the block mountain. Make it clear, when the crust started coming towards each other, they formed the fold mountain, the layers started folding, and these fold mountain are of two type, young fold mountain and the old fold mountain. Young fold mountain having the pointed peak and their heights are more, and old fold mountain, their their peaks are round in shape and their height is less, whereas faulting mountains are there, that is because of the breakage of the earth crust. When there is a break in the earth crust, and that makes the displacement whether the vertical or the horizontal. So This led to the formation of the block mountain and graben. The raised part is known as horst, and the down part is known as the graben. Okay, so these are the two types of the formation of the mountains. Now, earthquake. We have to see the earthquake basically. So what is earthquake? So earthquake is the shaking of the ground because of the sudden release of the energy in the earth crust. Means that the energy that is released from the earth crust, sudden energy released from the earth crust, that caused the shaking of the ground. That is known as earthquake. You might have been experienced in your life also in the previous years. And this earthquake caused or led to the destruction on a very huge amount. Okay, first of all, we have to understand how the earthquake occurs. Okay, there you can see the picture. There you can see the indication of the plate movements. When the arrow, there you can see the arrow when moves forward, means they are moving to opposite to each other. That movement led to the cause of the earthquake. Okay, where where the plates were collide with each other, that place create the earthquake. When two plates collide, where the place they collide each other, that place caused the most earthquake, or the place where it originate, that is known as focus. So when plates collide each other, the part where they collide, that is known as the place where the earthquake originate. It is known as focus. Just above the focus means plates are in the mantle crust layer, but the focus means where the earthquake occurs. It affects that comes to the place on the surface of the earth, that is known as epicenter. Means that the place where earthquake originate, that is focus, and just above the focus, the place where the earthquake feels most, that is the epicenter. Okay, are you able to understand? The focus is there in the earth crust, and the epicenter is on the surface of the earth. Okay, when okay, there you can see the rings, the circles basically. Epicenter, the point where the epicenter is there, after that you can see the rings. So the rings, when where the epicenter is there, that place have the most disastrous or the most shake that we face in the epicenter. But there you can see the circles. That circle is known as seismic waves basically, or the seismic waves. So seismic waves are from the point, when they originate from the point or the epicenter or the focus, and started moving to the all direction. And the epicenter is having the most powerful destruction over there. But the waves that move from the epicenter to the all direction, that seismic wave, led to the less destruction. I can let me relate with you some of the example. Like if you throw a stone in a pond or the water surface where, so you can observe that the place where the stone is get dropped, and it started releasing waves. Okay, the place where the stone dropped, it has the most formed circles, but the circle started get increasing to the other direction, means all direction. And you can also observe that the speed or the speed of the circle is where you have put the stone, that is more. When it goes all around of the direction, its speed become decrease, and after some time that speed also, that waste started disappearing. So likewise also here in the earthquake also, the place where epicenter it occurs most, but waves when it moves to the all direction, that is less disastrous, or the less destructive basically. So this is the epicenter, focus, and the seismic waves. Clear to all? Now the earthquake it is being measured by definitely some instrument, and that instrument is known as the seismograph. So seismograph is invented by John Milne. He was an England seismologist and geologist. He invented in 1880, and this instrument is known as seismograph or the seismometer. So what it measure? It measures the intensity of the earthquake. Means how intense, what is the speed basically. If I say in a general term, the speed of the earthquake, how it was destructive. So for that seismograph there is scale. So what is scale? Okay, I will also relate it this with example. Suppose you have the ruler or the scale in your geometry box. So scale is there, it is used for the measuring of the distance. Also they have the centimeter meters, that is the scale basically. That is the scale. On what scale you will read or the measure something, meter, centimeter, or millimeter, or inches, what scale you want to measure basically. So for that the instrument is seismograph, and the scale is the Richter scale or Mercalli scale. So basically Mercalli is scale, it was invented by the Giuseppe Mercalli, and in the year 1902, but it was not that appropriate. It only measures the intensity of the earthquake. But after some time this it was improved in 1931, but finally the Richter scale is there. Richter scale is there for it measures the earthquake. It from 0 to 9, means the 0 is the least destructive earthquake, and the 9 is the most destructive earthquake on the scale. So here the Richter scale is there, and Richter scale help us to measure the intensity or the destruction that is caused by the earthquake. Okay, there you can see the picture of the seismograph, or there you can see the yellow part or the rolling part, and that rolling part is white sheet is there, and there you can see the black pen type is there. So that pen is there whenever the earthquake occurs, and the shaking of the earthquake led to the movement of the seismograph, or because of that the pencil that you can see, the pencil, the length that basically the scale, number of scale that is covered by that particular pen, black pen, that shows the intensity of the earthquake. Means it is of whether it is 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is there. So that is measured by the seismograph in the Richter scale. Now volcanoes. So volcano is there. Volcano is there where it is a vent or opening in the earth crust, which molten material that erupted through the vents or the opening of the volcanoes. That molten material is like lava, rock fragment, hot vapor, gases. So there are various things that is erupt from the volcanoes. Okay, the place from where it erupted, that is known as vent. Now how this vent, how the volcanoes or basically the magma comes through the mantle. So the pipe like structure or the crack from where the molten magma comes out, that is known as fissure or the long or the crack basically. So the fissure help the molten magma from the mantle led to the earth surface, that is the vent. And the upper part of the fissure or the upper part of the vent is known as crater, means where the conical shape it is being formed. So the whole magma comes out from the vent, and that led to the when the magma cools down, and that magma led to the formation of the volcanic mountain. Okay, So volcanic or the volcano is generally in the generally are in the three types. So the first is the active volcano, the another one is dormant and or the sleeping volcano, and the last one is extinct volcano or the dead volcano. So basically active volcano is what? The volcano which is still erupting or have erupted recently, such as like Mount St. Helena, Stromboli, and in Italy, or Andaman and Nicobar in island in India. So these are the places. Examples are there that is gives us the example of active volcano. Means that the volcano is still releasing or frequently it releases. That is known as active volcano. And the another one is dormant volcano. So dormant volcano or the sleeping volcano, so this kind, if it is sleeping, so definitely it will awake. So this dormant volcano is kind of volcano that had erupted earlier, but it will erupt in the future also. That is known as dormant volcano, like Mount Kia of Hawaii, Vesuvius in Italy. So these are the example of the dormant volcano. Means the volcanoes which have the potential to uh, erupt again. And the last one is extinct volcano. So basically these volcano is also known as the dead volcano, because dead means it will not erupt again. So volcanoes which will not erupt again, that is known as extinct volcano or the dead volcano. Example, Buninyong in Australia, Kilimanjaro in Africa. So these are the example of the extinct volcano or the dead volcano which will not appear in for the next time. Okay, so basically the volcanoes which you have seen, um, that is place where like Pacific coast of Asia, North America, South America, and these are, they form the big circle, and that circle is known as the ring of fire, because this is the place where most volcanic eruptions occurs, as well as the earthquake. Means earthquakes also occurs and the volcanic also occurs. So this is known as the ring of fire. And it is it has the most of the 90% of the world earthquake is there in the ring of fire. Also, the second belt of volcano is situated in the Mediterranean Sea, and that is place is known as the mid world mountain belt. And the volcanoes here it is found, that is most are the dormant or the extinct, means they are the dead or the sleeping volcanoes. So these are the example of the volcanoes and where the volcanoes been found. Okay, so basically the volcanoes are helpful for us also. So how the volcanoes are helpful for us? So volcano is it creates the popular tourist attraction, as well as it serves as it provide us the useful minerals. Means that minerals which is present in the earth, and during the volcanic eruption it has came out. So that also provide us the minerals. And this the magma and the other materials which comes out from the during the lava eruption, that increases the fertility of the soil. So this is the thing that we have to read in this chapter. Okay, so in this video I had explained the different formation of the mountains, the folding and the faulting, as well as the earthquake, and the how the earthquake it is measured, the origination of the earthquake, the movement of the plates basically, the seismic wave focus and the epicenter, and also the meter that is measures the instrument that measure the seismograph, that is known as the that is measured the earthquake. And on the scale which it measures, that is known as Richter scale, is on 0 to 9. Also the volcanoes. So volcanoes is the eruption where the molten magma is erupted. Okay, when the magma is in the molten, it is means the molten form, it is known as magma. When magma comes out on the earth's surface, it converted into lava. Make it clear. when the molten form or the molten rocks present in mantle, that is magma. That magma, when magma comes out of the earth's surface, that is known as lava. Make it clear. So the vent is there and the fissure is there. So because of that, the volcanoes occurs. And volcano is of also three type, that is active volcano, dormant volcano, and extinct volcano, and the uses of the volcanoes. So this chapter is over. I hope you are able to understand, and if you have any confusion regarding this chapter, you can ask. As well as your homework is, you have to draw the picture of how the earthquake occurs, means the seismic waves, the plate movements, the focus, and the epicenter. Thank you, students.